I just don't know. Sometimes it fits someone's driving style. I hated this place the first time I came down here because I didn't like that you could just hold it to the floor and ride around. But once I learned there was a strategy behind the racing, it's actually some of the most fun racing that you'll take part in. So I had a blast tonight. The race cars are good that I drive. I've been fortunate to have some good spotters that have coached me well. Jimmy Fennings, was a great crew chief at the speedways, and he helped us out a lot. And then Drew's done a good job at, fine tuning and kind of fluffing and buffing on the cars to get that extra little bit. And that's why we qualified so well. The details, and Drew takes care of that. So I've been lucky to drive some good race cars here. Yeah, my grandfather, I never met him, but he owned a car. He never drove any, but he owned a car in the in the 40s and 50s and ran here on the beach course. Jack Smith drove some races for him, and so that's ultimately how my father and his brothers kind of was around the racetrack at a young age, and so they started racing some. He owned a bumper-to-bumper automotive repair shop, so they did a lot of the work for the local racers. Was able to run some nationwide races, some cup races, made some good friends along the way, and that's ultimately what sparked my interest. And obviously, Daytona is a special place for any racer. This is better than Indy. This is better than Sebring or any of those other big races that they have, and so Daytona means a lot. Coming down here as a kid, going to the beach, going to the racetrack, it just kind of went hand in hand. Obviously, the Daytona 500 is our biggest race of the year. Coming back here in July is the middle point of the year. The July Firecracker 400, is a big race. So, to come back down here and win the Coke Zero edition and, finally get into victory lane here at Daytona, it is a special place. That's kind of the birthplace of NASCAR. So it's neat to win here. Even though this race does say, it pays the same amount of points as winning Kentucky or New Hampshire or Pocono or any others, but it is a special race and, very, very fortunate to get our first win here. Yeah, it was a tough one in February, and coming back here, we knew that we'd have a shot to win. I think there's 30 guys that can win this race, and we felt good all weekend walking around. We went through practice, felt good about our race car, qualified great. The team did a nice job with our car. And when we qualified, that's probably the first time that I really felt that, we've got a car that's fast enough. We can win this thing if we make the right decisions throughout the race. So we made a pact with our teammate Matt Kenseth that we were going to work together through thick or thin. And, I was a little worried about that too. Sometimes falling to the back and to the front, you get jammed up throughout the race. So, I didn't know if that was the right decision or not, but the bottom line, our car was fast, and that's what wins these races. You got to have a little bit of luck. You got to have good pit stops. All that stuff goes into effect, but you got to have a fast car, and our UPS Ford was fast. The engine ran flawless, and that's what won the race for us. Having Matt right behind us, I knew that we'd have a good pusher, and so that's what was going through my mind. I knew we had the car to do it. I just tried not to make any mistakes, try to put ourselves in good position, and we wound up obviously being in the lead on the last restart, and that was a winning moment for us to be able to start on the front row.